If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles.
The witching hour's arrival is heralded by rhythmic hammer strokes in the dark. 2 of our heroes plan to scout ahead, but what will they find? And will they return? The shard necklace given to Ront calls both Halexan and him to the Forge District and the neighboring palatial grounds. The Yonti in the north are up to no good, and still their intentions remain unknown. Step quickly, young ones, but cloak yourselves in darkness. The window of opportunity is closing. Welcome to the SpellCast.
I'll write a note. Yeah. Gone fishing.
Gone fishing.
Fair enough.
We went north to investigate whatever happened when the hammering stopped. Oh, BTW, the hammering stopped. Toodles XOXO Gossip Girl.
Got it. Oh my God. So just as like a BT dubs, even though this isn't drawn on the map, imagine that there are large dwarven noble estates sort of in this northern area near the palace.
Look, it's the rich quarter.
Yeah, there you go.
The Gilded Quarter?
Yes.
Did you never get to the Cloud District? Oh, of course not. What am I thinking?
Motherfuck.
So you guys are sneaking through. There's very little, roll me a stealth check. Ah, fuck.
Please don't make me. Please don't make us.
Well,
Do it now.
Look what I have to do.
I demand it.
Woo! But you rolled a 7.
I got a 12.
You got a 12, and you got a...
You could have asked me.
And you got a what?
I got, plus dex, right?
Please. Oh, it's your strength that's like...
No, my strength is a 0.
Okay,
My
good.
strength mod is a 0.
Thank God. Okay.
So that's a 13.
Okay. You're able to, wait for small construct battalions to pass. You can kind of recognize some of them are the same, from the wear and tear of where you hit them. Some of them are the same.
How many, based on what we saw from above with the spyglass and, just walking around here, have we seen more than the 9 that were left?
You can see the similar... you haven't seen many more. They're in small groups here, groups of 4. And then there might be 3 groups that are patrolling around.
That is 12. That is more than we left alive. So that there are more.
Okay. You don't see any big fuckers.
Oh yeah, they seem to be saved for special occasions. Barbecues, if you will.
And you can see that the red glow is now being mixed with looks a little purplish now, and
Purplish,
you can hear this whirring beginning to drum up in the air as you get closer to.
Same shade as the stone was from the top of the mountain in Dino Island.
A bit more. It's a bit more. No, not that purple. This is more of a lilac, sort of lavender.
I don't know what that means.
Don't look at me. I mean, you think there's another rock?
You studied this stuff, didn't you?
There's a lot of that stuff.
You guys get to
I didn't study it.
You guys get to the corner where you can actually physically, literally peek around the corner at the entire Forge District here.
We are very close.
Yeah. You're able to get that close, but it's because it seems like the Wanti and the constructs are marching and walking away deeper in the cavern, like I described before. And you can see in the distance there's this purple glow, this soft lavender glow, sort of behind these huge water towers, looks like, that are on opposite sides of this humongous furnace, this forge, this smeltery, that is just pouring this river of molten metal into these deep channel that is going into other smaller channels to what look like blacksmiths, rows of blacksmith buildings, and a giant main blacksmith building at the very end, all along in this forge district.
What is anything coming out?
Of the molten metal channel, yeah, it's filled. It's
No,
working.
I mean like these blacksmith like stations, right? What do we see anything being produced, or is it just?
Or
like,
are they in houses doing
They're like they're not in houses. They're like in sheds. You know how it's like a wall and then like a thatch roof. Well, not a thatch roof now, stone. And it's open air, right? Because that would be all on fire. But yes. So yes, that's what you see. And these constructs you begin to see now way off in the distance, just rows and rank and file of constructs.
They're making an army of murder robots.
Exactly that. It looks like a very large army of murder robots.
Oh, jeez.
And they're slowly marching forward, row by row, as if waiting for the row in front of them to move, and then they fill in the space. And like in a queue.
How many do we count?
You can count, I'd say that can fit in this space well over 1,000, because you can only see one little area of it.
Okay, so we're in Death Mountain, and now we have not clones.
So let me also point out that every time the back row of robots steps up, once the row in front of them steps up, and to fill in that space, there's a soft pulse of lavender light from deeper in the cave.
I mean, you can make a body of metal, but you have to imbue it with some sort of, like, constructiness.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is bad.
I'm telling you, bring down the whole fucking mountain.
So about blowing up that thing.
How long do you guys stay there watching this? Because you can stay there watching this undisturbed practically a long time.
So,
They're pretty well hidden.
I think we get the point.
Dangle.
Dangle?
Dangle.
From where you are, behind you, towards the palace.
Do you want to check that out?
This is a part of the rock.
Do you want to check that out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look.
There might be an
Oh shit. No.
Excuse.
No. It wouldn't be.
Excuse.
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be Dangle behind you. It'd be Dangle in front of you. And then there's a soft purple glow, and then it stops dangling. It stops swinging in the direction.
Okay.
Because it's swinging in the direction of the purple glow.
Uh-huh.
And then it stops, and it just droops down.
Does it happen again? Like, does it?
Nope.
Just shake
It just, you shake it, it just kind of swings around like a pendulum, and then it stops. Just dangles back down. It was very strong, by the way. It was like...
But then as soon as there's a purple pulse?
It was there even through the purple pulses before, and then one purple pulse, and then it goes limp.
Does the process continue?
Yeah, the process even continues.
What the hell does that mean?
It means that it's
Like,
bad.
can we get somewhere safe?
Yes.
Like just anywhere, like in one of the rich houses.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
easy.
Sense magic
Sense magic
on the thing.
on the thing. Oh, it's super magic. It's pure magic. It's
Right.
solid magic. Yeah.
Right,
Still,
but something new.
Not
Anything new?
No, it's the same thing.
So it hasn't there hasn't been like one weave that's like looping in it or anything like that. There's like it's still just pure magic and fuck
Still
me.
pure magic and fuck you.
It's still pure fuck me, guys.
Shall we go back?
I'll have to ask Roland. Or maybe the other one. Maybe the other one's better at magic. Would the other one be better at magic? Lilith, whatever her name is.
I assume?
She's her sister, right?
I think that was... Yes, I think so.
Yeah, because like we're not talking about it, but it's like...
I've been assuming such.
Yeah. Is the palace actually a palace?
Yes, it looks like a grand old palace.
Was it pointing at the palace previously until we got closer to...
It was pointing at the palace before you guys started long resting.
Okay. Can we go in the palace?
Okay, just give me a refresher on sneaking.
This shit again.
Oh my god.
I don't have the skill.
Oh my
Neither
god.
do I, and I roll at disadvantage.
Very good.
But I can tell you that some basic things you need to know about sneaking is don't wear loud clothing.
Check.
Step lightly.
Okay.
Avoid any clanking. You're made of blades.
Yeah.
Can you tuck them or anything like that? Do they not?
Tuck them.
Stealth mode. I like it.
So you guys head to the palace? Yes.
Yes.
You're able to make it through the palace into the. You can actually turn around and you can see that there has been part of the wall where the western wall. There's a gate here, and it's wide open, and you're able to sort of sneak in. There's no one guarding it. Like for whatever reason, they decided not to guard the palace. So it's not important. And you're able to make it inside, and there is another set of doors that is way wide open. Like you can make it in there as well. It's not difficult moving around. It's rather empty. There's.
Can I investigate to see if anyone's been through here?
Oh yeah. You go ahead.
I rolled a 1, so a 5, I think.
A 5.
Oh wait, no, I don't actually have investigation.
Do
So
I have
3.
investigation?
Okay.
Do you want to ask me to do this?
Yeah, sure. Roll me investigation, Ron. Let's see if you do it better. I mean, you're with him. You're both doing the same thing. Oh wow.
Wow.
I got a 9.
Okay. Well, look, you're going to search through the whole palace anyway, right? In many of the bedrooms, you notice actual, beds and, kind of dilapidated. Because
This place is furnished. Furnished.
And they're in stone bed things, right? However, there is only one bedroom that seems to be recently slept in with newer cushions and such. And they're laid about in a way that doesn't make sense for someone to lie down on a bed. There's no mattress. It's kind of like a stone floor, and then there's some cushions about, as if someone would prefer to be sleeping on a stone floor with some cushions next to them. On a very cold stone floor.
Does the shape of the cushion suggest something that isn't just a stick?
Yes, something that isn't just a stick.
Something that perhaps coils around and around?
Yeah.
Can we go back now?
Sneeple. And you also discover in the main hall of the main ballroom chamber, it's just a big large chamber with the dome. It's the main dome of the palace underneath it. You can see what seems to be a very large circular holder for a brazier, very large, let's say 20 feet diameter. If you had a brazier 20 feet diameter and you had a metal setting that you could fit that brazier in, but the brazier was missing and you just are left with the metal setting. And part of this metal setting, I should say, about a 10-foot section of the ring is sort of blown away and peeled back. The metal's just peeled back as if something exploded out of it.
What the hell happened here?
Or someone broke it in half. And there's claws.
Oh.
Can we go back? Let's go back.
Soon. Dangle, still dead?
Still dead.
How long's it been at this point? I'll let him do the looking, and I'll just keep a lookout.
But so aside from brazier and claws and
clawed feet, there's clawed feet,
right? And cushions. I don't know why I said statue. Cushions that are laid out for Sneeple. Nothing else of note in the rooms.
You're able to come upon a library. Written in ancient Dwarven language that's hard to read, but they're recoverable. The tomes are recoverable.
Is there any way I can look at the titles and find something that says dictionary?
We need someone with comprehension. I don't know if that works.
Well, ancient Dwarven, right?
You wouldn't even be able to know the word for dictionary, right?
Well, if there's any sort of...
No. And if there were, the languages that correspond to... you would find a dictionary that had a sort of thing that corresponds to other languages that you don't know what the fuck they are.
I'll still take it.
Wow.
I'll still take it.
Someone might know them.
Someone might know.
One might be deep speech.
Might be some draconic in there.
Very true. Very true. One of them might be.
So
is there any magic in the library?
Sense magic.
You do not find any magic.
And in the brazier room.
The brazier room hints and traces of magic that was there before. I guess if I can get that to you legally.
Sense magic is weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it's... I don't know.
All I would
it sounds awesome.
All I would ever get from sense magic is if I would get anything is the school.
Let me describe it to you this way.
Okay.
Don't think of a brazier. Think of more like a round circular jewelry setting.
Okay. Yeah.
A rock.
Yeah, maybe.
A rock.
Yeah, maybe.
What do you think is what they're using over there?
I I mean, we can't find out without dying. Yeah, okay. Yeah, probably. So let's head on back.
And then you hear voices.
Great.
What do they?
Great.
What do they sound like?
Who hears the voices?
Gather my personal belongings, minions, slaves. It's time we leave this place for good. Echoing in the hallways down below you.
Can we go in the direction that is not that way?
You can go in a hallway that is not that way.
Let's do that.
I'm whispering. Does that mean that they're leaving the mountain?
Maybe.
Are they marching on Baldur's Gate?
That would be particularly brazen.
In between, in here. I'm tired of the damp and the cold and the stone. Want to see the sun again. The sun again.
They want to leave. We should leave. We should leave. Let's leave.
And then you hear one of the voices say. You hear another voice say, a younger, male sounding voice. Yes, mistress. We've received word from the high priest's consort. Soakosh has perished or has been captured. We know not. But he was not on the ship returning from the island. And you hear a sort of a chuckle. Good. That snake in the grass was always slithering in my way in the first place.
Snake butts.
Now,
Snake butts.
my plan can come into fruition, and I will receive the grace.
I would have just let out a huge groan if I was
Say the plan. Say the plan. Say the plan. Say the plan. Wait. We should hide. We should hide. Do you know anything about hiding? Well, no, we don't have time. There's no time to explain.
Oh, that's a D12.
Ha!
I got a 7.
Oh no!
I didn't roll. I didn't roll.
What are you guys trying to do?
Hide.
You run!
One second.
Guys! I don't know if they're coming in here. Where are we right now?
Okay, hold up.
What room are we in right now?
We're above them.
No, you're kind of down.
Oh, okay.
The way.
No.
So I'm gonna tell you what you hear. Before I tell
What
you
the
what
fuck
happens.
is that?
It's gonna be pretty close.
They're hiding in the other room, aren't they?
So
If we're in the library, I'm just like taking books out of a shelf and trying to slot myself in.
You just put a book on top of your head if they
you
can't see me.
Hold a book open in front of my face.
You hear, at once, Mistress Nasali.
Hey.
And she says, and since I've already delivered the Mythala through the teleportation circle, since we've secured the Mythala,
Are you guys just giggling?
plot device. I should receive many more rewards from His Majesty's consort.
Is that it?
What is that foot standing out from the corner of the room?
Whose foot is it?
Their foot, Ron. As you're writing down and arguing. Chase them! Catch them now! What do you do?
Are we still in the library?
You are.
Which room is this?
This is the hallway to the room where the big setting, the jewelry setting was.
Thunderstone!
I mean, like, what does making a snake dude go prone really mean? We dash.
We dash.
You dash. You hear footsteps and slithering behind you, and you're able to dash out the front of the palace.
Yeah.
And you just keep fucking running. I mean, there's no one there. They haven't.
Wait, do I have spells?
And
Okay, so where are we right now?
Outside the front gate of the palace, heading back towards the lug nut.
Okay.
Oh.
No one is visible behind.
No one's visible.
Oh, yeah, you kind of mapped it.
Oh.
What time is it right now?
It is about 4 or 5 in the morning.
What is going on?
Eric's flipping through the player's handbook spell list like a madman.
If I was actually there, I think I would just let myself
fuck,
out.
it takes a while.
I would introduce myself. Hey, what's up? Stop doing it. Stop doing it.
I can so see that happening too.
Okay, so
What's the component?
it's vocal. Well, but they know we're here. They hear me running in my jangly armor.
Well, you're also dashing, which takes up your actions.
It's a bonus action.
Oh, it is. So you can do like do it and speak and cast at the same time. I think that's fair. Yeah.
Well, if you increase the time to the casting time to an action, or no, it has a casting time of 1 action. You increase its casting time to a minute, and then you do the thing.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm trying to infuse magic, something to give you expeditious retreat, but it would take a minute of us running.
But as a bonus action, you can cast it on yourself.
As a bonus action, I would be able to. Wait, does that mean I wouldn't be able to do it? I wouldn't be because infused magic only works on stuff with a cast time of 1 action.
Yeah. There you go.
Which is awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I give people expeditious retreat? Anyway,
if you can cast it on yourself, by all means do that.
no, you are my brother.
It's fine.
We keep running. If something happens, I'll cast it on myself, but we keep running. I need to save the spell slot anyway. We didn't rest.
You look down. You get one last glimpse of the army. It's gone.
How long we were in there?
And the soft glow, the purple soft glow, is still soft and glowing, but it's not pulsing
Were they
anymore.
teleporting?
Oh, I guess they were. I'm sorry. Still not here.
It's fine.
I'm asleep somewhere. In the
Shoulder
lug nut.
Azazel.
Yeah.
Shoulder Azazel.
Up the chain, up the chain, up the chain.
So we're running.
Yeah.
We're running.
Yeah. No one seems to be kind of like watching you behind you or anything. They haven't figured out you've left the palace yet. Let's be honest.
I'm loudly running.
Well, yeah, but loudly running through walls, etc.
Throw a thunderstone like that way.
Do you want all the? We could bait all the automatons. We could bait all the automatons.
Yeah, but the army's not there anymore.
Mm-hmm. There are the patrols that are now kind of beginning to like search the streets frantically for you, but you're able to make it to the chain. You're dashing pretty fast.
Right. Okay. So no, we just leave.
Yes.
We just leave.
Maybe go back inside.
Yep.
So we get back. How much time has it been? Are they done with their long rest?
Until they're done with their long rest.
It's 5 a.m. and then the long rest happens, and if you guys are watching the purple glow, you can, in the spyglass, you can see this. In fact, you can kind of tell. She kind of comes out and looks around, and she
What the fuck is a mythical?
looks like this.
Ooh, okay.
We saw her.
You are able to see her because she's now standing in the gates of the palace, sort of looking around, and she's holding magic in her hands, channeling something, and then she notices that she can't see anything, just can't see any traces of you, and it sort of dies away, and she slithers back inside. Close to about time she slithers back inside the palace, the purple glow from the end of the Forge District dies away. And now your long rest is over.
Yay.
And everyone can awaken.
Stretch. Oh, how was the watch? How are you okay?
It sucked. Yeah, he's not okay. We're not okay.
We're
this
all
is not okay.
alive.
No.
There were lots of automatons and a purple glow, and then they were gone. And Snake Woman.
Wait.
And plot device.
What? Snake Woman.
End scene.
Okay. So, we may have seen some things. We may have seen a thing and gone to the north. I left a note, right? I left a note.
Yeah,
You guys came back.
It's right here.
I left a note.
Oh, spyglass.
Who is
Thank you.
gossip?
Thank you.
Lilith and Roland are like, you what?
What? The hammering stopped, and something was happening.
What did you find out?
Okay, right. So we went north. We saw the purple glow. Well, it became like a really like lavender, right?
Right.
Lavender?
And then your stone became limp.
Did the snake
I
woman
have
say anything else?
I have a fragment of the boulder from Dino Island. Don't ask me how. I'm not really sure how, but I had it, and for a while it was pointing towards the palace.
Right, the palace.
Up there.
Yes.
Like it was pointing towards the mountain. And,
What was in the palace?
Well, we'll get to that, but see, we saw the purple glow, and then
saw the purple glow.
The purple glow.
We started looking at the purple glow, and we started seeing rows and rows and rows of automatons.
And they were all going away, right? They're going away.
And they had to be because we saw that happening, and then we went into the palace, and then by the time we came out, they were all gone.
Now, in the palace, we found Snake Woman, and she. What was her name?
Yes. I wrote this down while we were hiding very badly. Nasari. Am I getting that right?
Yes.
How many S's are there?
I only wrote one.
Is that the right inflection? I'm asking.
Nessali.
I'm asking Conall. Is that the right inflection?
Nessali. Nessali.
And she said that they had found the.
How do you spell that?
They had sent the Mythalar through the teleportation circle.
Right.
Oh, there's a portal. A real?
They have an army
Yeah.
of constructs
Mm-hmm.
And a teleportation circle.
and a teleportation circle,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a mythalar.
What is that?
Yeah.
That's, you see your little thing?
Yeah.
Imagine a 20-foot diameter sphere of that.
I knew there was another one of those in here.
If our, like...
Did you get a look at it?
No.
Was it whole?
That's what the ring.
It looked like there was a thing where it would have been held, and
Slow down there, buddy.
they described it as it would be whole. Like, they didn't say
Experience.
the fragment of or anything like that. We didn't get an actual look
What
at
did
it.
the setting look like?
Big metal
Like something
ring.
you would have
You just...
like a big fire bowl in.
Okay. So, for all we know, they have a mythalar and an army of constructs. A mythalar is not good for them to have. In fact, we thought all the mythalars, except for one or two, which we know of, were kind of inert. So he goes on to tell you the story of this ancient empire called the Netherese that was able to make physical magic in the form of these things called mythalars. They're big spheres of solid magic, essentially. And you could do epic works of magic with them. You could make whole cities float. You could do anything.
You could cast fireball in your own face.
You could cast fireball in your own face.
You can already do that.
That's
friend.
crazy.
Mythalars have a various number of functions. Nearly infinite number of functions. And the fact that they have one
And they're using it to create an army on top of that.
is very, very, very exactly
Is
very bad.
that how they got all of this working again?
Well, part of it, I'm assuming, because a lot of it isn't working.
I mean, it's probably how they move. Assuming that they're the ones responsible for this mountain being here in the first place, probably how they did it.
Why would they move it here?
Something like
Sneak.
a mythalar could allow you to form that much adamantine into something as big and as
So they found it here.
dangerous as the big gun thing, the big cannon thing, the big explosive thing. In fact, something like a mythalar might even make that safe.
Fantastic.
But it's not here anymore, they said.
No,
I mean,
they probably took it. That's probably why they were here. They might not even know about this. He points at the fortress that he's standing in, etc.
But so they said all that very conveniently out into the open air of the empty palace, and
Well, apparently they know that what was his name was captured.
the asshole from
Oh
Dino
yes, that asshole.
Didn't
Yes.
seem too perturbed.
Island. They seemed actually
was-
like they sounded like we did them a favor.
He was ready and willing to bargain for information He looks at Lilith and Azazel. Azazel, you were there for the interrogation. You beat the fuck out of this one T, and got a lot of shit out of him.
And information, right?
And information, yes.
I mean,
Yes.
both.
He was willing to share a lot about some of the plans, but you weren't able to get everything out of him because you couldn't
I pretty
guarantee.
much knocked him unconscious.
Yeah.
Did he mention anything about a royal or majestic consort?
Yes. We think that there's a hierarchy working here. We think that Soakash was one of 3 higher-ranking people. Above them, we think there's an anathema at the center of all this.
A what?
Anathema. Think of like Azazel, you've been breathing.
Is that a dino?
It's no. Think of like a Wanti, but like a 9-12-headed, snake-headed Wanti who's like super intelligent,
Wanti.
a super Wanti, like head of everything Wanti. There's only a few of them. They hate
have
each
12
other.
heads. I mean, they would be a head of something.
With one head.
There's been so many puns this episode, this session. But we know that this anathema has a consort. What confuses me is that this consort seems to be talked about more than the anathema, which is odd. Because the anathema shouldn't want to share power like this.
Is the consort going to be another Yuan-Ti?
It should be. All signs point to it should be, because why would they be attracted to anything else?
They're racist.
Yes, essentially. And yet, all the other signs point to no, because why would an anathema choose to give a consort any say in what it does?
Because of the constructs.
Okay.
I mean, their consort could be that gnome. I forget what the fuck his name
Benson.
is. Benson.
Well, we did see like rows of forge houses. Were there people in there doing stuff?
I didn't see.
We just saw the flowing metal.
I couldn't see anything inside.
It didn't see it. Like that number seems like far too many for one man to make. It's possible that if Benson is involved, which he must be to at least some degree, that he probably sold them a design that they could then replicate.
Or if this tinker you're talking about, he might be a design they could replicate, or he's openly teaching them how to do it, probably in exchange for his life or a guarantee of life. She didn't mention
who would
him.
be
did
this
she?
consort that they keep?
Consort? I don't know.
How? What was the name? What was her name again? The snake woman?
Miss Solly.
Miss Solly.
The Sally.
Miss Solly.
Did she say anything about a ship?
No. She did
No,
say that
She did say that he was not on the ship that came back from the island.
That's right.
Solakash was not on the ship that came back from the island. Now, whether they were referring to our boat, but like, why would he be on that?
I know who was on that ship.
Your father.
I have questions.
I am not comfortable with these questions. Raise your hand if you're confused, guys. Go team!
Let it be noted, everyone has raised their hand. Raise your hand if you're excited when they all find out and not be confused.
Nope. Nuh-uh. I'd rather be confused.
Let it be noted that Adam is the only one raising his hand. So I think that's where we're going to end for the night. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. I know there's a lot more questions and there are answers, and only some answers that lead to more questions.
That's awesome.
It's bathtubs all the way down, people. When you drain one, the water just goes into another one that already had water in it.
It's an interesting analogy.
This whole
It's
episode.
like champagne glasses.
Have we had this discussion already?
Yes, we have. We have had this
Bathtub.
discussion.
This whole episode is nuts.
It's a very funny episode, full of puns.
That's most episodes, to be quite honest. We just haven't gotten that carried away in a while.
Hello there, ghouls and goblins. No, that doesn't. Yeah, why not? Hello there, everyone. My name is Adam Brooks. I am your host, DM, and producer for the SpellCast. Storyteller, if you like. Game Master, if you also like. and I am bringing you now a short little intermission. I want to first apologize for the second half of the episode, the session in which that half was recorded, and for maybe one or two more episodes, I did a check. I thought the recording was fine. When everything came up in post, things were not exactly as clear as I wanted it to be. I tried my best to fix it in post, and we'll see. For now, please forgive the quality. It will be fixed in future recordings. That is my bad. I am one man, and I make mistakes. I tried to master it as best as I could. Speaking of, I think we're going to be doing remasteries of the old episodes. I think we're going to go back and add soundscaping, some ambience, maybe some sound effects here and there, a little music with the aid of Mike, who is going to be helping me in that endeavor now that I have a little bit of time to do that and a little bit of the ability to do that. And so yeah, that's what we're going to be pursuing for the old episodes. So if you are a veteran listener and you want to go back, please do so. Also forgive the updates. We're going to try and remaster an older episode once every 2 weeks, maybe a week, depending on the workflow that we're able to put into it. But if you're a new listener, you've probably already heard them. So hey. Also, on Anime Next news, we will be at Anime Next this year. Yes, that is in a few days. We will be there starting from this Thursday, the 7th, going on to Sunday, the 10th in Atlantic City. I might run a one-shot at some tables there, if they have tables. I've never been to Anime Next before. I don't know what they have, what they don't have, but we'll figure it out. And of course, Anime Next is not exactly like the con for this, but hey, I am a con newbie, and I want to try all of Baskin-Robbins 31 flavors, if you know what I mean. So you can see us there walking around. I might be wearing a shirt. Gerald might be wearing a shirt. Pierre, I think, will be there. He might be wearing a shirt. Who knows? We'll all be in cosplay. Kelsey and I will be there. One day we will be cosplaying as Miguel and Tulio. I Tulio, she Miguel. And another day we will be cosplaying as Max and Roxanne from the Goofy movie. One of our favorite movies. I don't know who Gerald and Pierre will be dressing up as. Well, you'll find them on the floor, I guess. And we will be going just around the con, mostly probably standing around, maybe playing some games if there are games. Again, I don't know. And being in the show floor. So, on to our Q Corner. Last week, we asked, when creating a character, from where do you mostly draw inspiration? We had 196 replies. Books and comics came out with 53 votes. Movies and TV got 52 votes. Video board games got 44 votes, and real life people had 47 votes. So, in order from most votes to least votes, that's books and comics, movies and TV, real life people, and then video board games. Thank you all for replying to that Q Corner. Our next Q Corner has to do with, I originally came up with it for GMs or DMs or storytellers, but it's really kind of also for players as well, you know? It's applicable. It's how many players do you like to have at your table? That's whether as a GM or as a player. And our options are 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, or 7 plus. Go ahead. You will be able to find that question on Twitter and Facebook, and go ahead and put in your little vote, and we will find out the results in next episode. I believe that episode will come out on June the 18th. Yes, Monday, June the 18th. Where I will probably also, again, apologize for the quality of that episode's recording. Sometimes things happen, folks. Speaking of, I hope the quality of the latter half of this episode doesn't detract from your show experience. If you are having a good time listening to our show in the previous arcs and this current arc, please leave us a review on iTunes or any other podcast distributor that you listen to us on. It really helps us gauge how well we're doing, gauge how much you like the show, and it also helps us be more widely seen in the tabletop community. Speaking of, we are going to probably do more one-shots. I'm going to probably bring in more guests, more friends to do just like literal one-shots, probably one-session things that might span 1 or 2 episodes. I'm going to try and make it as open and close as possible, depending on how fast the group moves through it. Also, check us out on Patreon. You will be able to find whatever rewards might suit your needs and your donation levels. If you are enjoying the show and wish to give a little bit to us, my players do need to eat, and I try to feed them every session that they come, and a slice of pizza sponsored by you would be very appreciated. And we would thank you highly and give you a reward depending on how much you decide to donate. So thank you for that. Please check that out. Also, sometimes your donations help us be able to give to others who need it more than we do. This past month, we participated in Roll for Humanity, or Min-Max Mankind, as it is also known by that hashtag. On Twitter, we gave a donation of $38 to the Trevor Project, which is a national organization for crisis intervention and suicide prevention for LGBTQ youths ages 13 to 24. Yes, that is the right scale off of the top of my head. Check out their website at thetrevorproject.org. That is thetrevorproject.org. www. Of course. Speaking of websites, you should also check out rpgcasts.com, where you can find us as well as many other RPG podcasts, and they are searchable by many different categories. You can find actual play campaign podcasts, actual play one-shots, discussion, podcasts with people of color, podcasts with people in the LGBTQ spectrum, podcasts with women hosts, women players, non-binary hosts, non-binary players, or you can find podcasts with all women or all non-binary casts. Anything to suit your need for a diverse RPG podcast listening experience, you will find them there. And we also want to thank Tess, the creator, for thinking of this wonderful database for us. She has a coffee, that's ko-fi.com, that you can support her at, and you can also support her on Patreon. Again, that is rpgcasts.com, rpgcasts.com, www. Of course. And that is the end of our little intermission. We do not have any further plugs, so we'll just get right back to the action. How about that? Alright, have a good one, guys. Bye-bye!
Busted up 4 when we went on our trouble.
I don't think so, because we ran away. Like, consistently, we ran away.
Yeah, I remember that.
We are such brave adventurers.
Yeah, so what was the most recent thing that happened? Let's just do a recap.
The most recent thing that happened
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, literally. Fire guy.
Was, yes, Fire Guy.
Fire Ganassi!
Yes, and the giant fucking dwarven mortar of death.
And then you guys snuck.
Yeah, these two, Halexan and Ront, snuck out in the direction of the palace and discovered that there was a 1T Malasan of the top half woman, bottom half snake variety, who had some sort of formulating plan things going on.
Doesn't matter, had sex.
And you ran away, you saw that she could cast spells, I remember that. Giant army of constructs went poof and is not in the mountain anymore, probably 10,000-ish strong, I believe.
And his
close to the number. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Necklace is dead.
Necklace is dead, yes.
Yeah, very sad.
Yes, the necklace that was pointing in the direction of other different things is dead. Oh, there's also a Xanathar's Guide to Everything spell box of cards under there now. I found those, and those are for your perusal and use. You may also make use of these spellbook cards. They will help you instead of having to flip through the player's handbook. Joining us today, by the way, everyone, is Jeremiah. Jeremiah, please say hey.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Jeremiah, how are you connected to this group?
Well, I am the son of Michael.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah!
That's true.
He will be joining us as a special guest today. Gerald is at work, and he will not be able to join us today. Gerald, we love you. And Jeremiah will be here as a special guest playing
A random guy. Okay.
Random guy TM.
Like just one random guy?
I don't know.
I mean, I came up with an idea this morning.
Well, what's your idea?
My idea is to play the most, like, boring fucking guy ever, but he rolls a d20 for every single thing that he does.
So he, not you, he rolls a d20.
Whatever, I roll a d20.
No, this is an important distinction.
Yes.
I roll a d20 for every single thing he does.
Okay, that's
so.
But that's basically what.
This is why I would love the idea.
I'm talking about like rolling a d20 so much that my hands will hurt afterwards. Like I'm talking like roll a d20 every time I take a step, but every time I look at something, like I gotta roll a d20.
He already does that. Every single time he does something, he does a history check. Just
Here's the catch, though. He's got 10s in every ability.
Every single one. So 10s across the board.
10s,
No feats, no proficiencies,
no class
just
levels.
some random fucking asshole in the middle of everything.
Let's give you 30 hit points. Let's give you a stick. How about that? You got a stick.
Oh my god, a
hit
stick!
points.
I don't know. It seems a bit aggressive.
What's the damage on the stick?
It's like a club, like a 1d6. Yeah.
How many hit points does a club have?
What like uses?
How many
It's a
points
stick.
for breaks?
I mean, it's a heavy log. It's sturdy enough.
Wait, how
A
heavy?
heavy log?
I mean, you know.
The scale of that just changed drastically. He's just an average guy with zero modifiers for everything.
but a
He's
log.
swinging around a log.
Just a giant heavy log.
You know, the only other character that we have ever seen that you've been responsible for that swung around the log was Kronk!
Yeah. Dungeons and Dragons and Disney strikes again.
To be honest, it's been like 7 years. Like, I'm just saying this now, but it's been like 7 years since I last played D&D, so...
It's going to be easy. All you have to do is listen to me and what situation I present.
Alright.
Tell me what you want to do, and then I'll tell you how to do it. If it's something other than roll a d20.
Alright, no...
It's because if we know the rules.
Nobody else exists except for this guy right here.
Holy fuck. Okay.
Block guys from across the room.
So on that note, you guys have found yourselves back in the middle of the rings inside the walls of this giant border fortress at the end of your long rest, which you have woken up from. You two have come back from your scouting expedition. Jeremiah's character has
not appeared yet.
You can be here if you want to be. It's totally fine. You can show up with the flumps. Actually, no. I have a place for you to come in, depending, and I'll figure out which way you enter.
That's all right.
Cool.
Great. Awesome.
Perfect.
I trust you.
That will be a mistake.
It's okay.
So
it's all right.
No, you don't understand.
What do you do? Fire Ganassi is making whatever sort of
I'm
breakfast out of it.
sitting very close with Ganassi staring at his flaming head.
He's teaching you how to make a meal just like me and Mama used to do it.
What does that mean?
So you see the eggs here, you kind of like, well, I can do sunny. Okay, so we're doing scrambled
We have
eggs.
servants who always made our food, so this is really, really fascinating.
You know, it takes time and patience and love. A little nitroglycerin in there. It's fine. We just speeding up the accelerant of the fire. It's gonna work out. Yeah.
Are the eggs now just entirely carbonized?
Well, we caramelize the eggs. And
No,
then
not caramelized. They're black right now.
This is a serious flavor.
Needs more fire.
Well, yeah, she's got the point. You know, some more fire.
This is a serious debate. What's going on with the what is it? Scrambled eggs? Just regular eggs? Or is it fried eggs?
It looks like you're making a substance formerly known as eggs.
Or charred. It is now a symbol.
Hey, what do you know? You translate directly from Mom's recipe. You're good.
Everyone, while we're sitting here making eggs, there's an army on march.
Well, shit! Somewhere we don't
Somewhere,
know.
yes.
Well, technically, there is no army at this very location.
Right, which is worse.
Yeah.
I'm saying maybe we should have somebody go back and inform.
Yeah, Lilith is poking at her very hard disc of what used to be eggs on her wooden.
What's wrong, Lilith? You can't eat your eggs.
Wait, are we all here?
I think so, yeah.
Everyone's here. Gerald has disappeared. Conall has disappeared on some scouting mission. He woke up one of you and told you.
He did?
Oh,
yes,
he's
he
mysterious
did.
scouting.
He didn't
Okay,
just
now,
Yeah, he told me.
Now I know something's up. He didn't just disappear.
And his flask is missing, so he's fine.
No, I worry more now.
Lilith says, an army. More of those construct beings?
Yep, it's what it appears to be. There's no metal clanging anymore in this mountain. There's no red glowing light anymore. Like, from where we've scouted, apparently in the palace, right? They are building an army, but it's not here anymore. They transported them.
Or something, because they're not up there.
When we found the constructs in Rufus Rockpuppy's ranch, there was some kind of thing, right, that was controlling them?
There was like one of them seemed responsible for communicating is probably the best way I can put it.
Right, so do you think the same thing might be true here?
Okay.
Without any further context, I wouldn't see why not, but we also didn't get that good close against any of them. It's possible they might be under the direct command of whatever is going with them.
Are there still, we still saw some marching around, right?
Black Scouts. I don't remember their exact positions. We don't know their routes or anything.
Do you think if we got a hold of one, we might be able to learn something?
Hold of what?
One of the constructs, the armor.
Wouldn't it be better to just capture one more of those Sneeples?
Are there more Sneeples left?
I don't know. Were there any left?
Gerald has left a note saying that before he left, he used his primal awareness to locate whether or not there were more Sneeples here, and he said that he can at least determine that there are more humanoids in the northern part area, and also east of you, that humanoids are in those directions.
Humanoids.
Humanoids.
Not humans.
Not humans.
But we still also have to find the Black Ones, right?
To find those assholes. There is possibly still a ghoul situation to the west.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly. Probably.
No, the people in
they
the
didn't
west
go
are,
anywhere.
Yeah, the people in the west are probably dead.
How many people went to the west again?
You know that the encampment, as Sonny Novello reminds you, Sonny Novello tells you that the encampment was in the west. That's where they broke into the earth, and then the guards sealed it up behind them, or whatever, just in case they never come back. And they could perfectly get up on their own, supposedly. They came from the west. That's where they were attacked by the ghouls. That's where the intern got et. That's where the lieutenant they saw the lieutenant and the intern get et. They also saw the group running east. That's where everyone split up. You saw Sonny ran into the fortress. He saw the bodyguard and the Warforged and the general run north-ish, sort of around the edge of the rim of this chasm that the fortress sits in the middle of. And then he saw the scouts north-ish.
And we went around in the palace, but we didn't see any sign of them. And maybe whoever the fuck is in the northeast. I have notes here because Ront is a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
I have notes here that say the Black Hearts are that fucking guy, but also that the cook, the cook isn't accounted for. The cook remained in the temple.
The cook ran in the temple, yes. The cook ran in the temple. You were told that Batch was captured, the Warforged was captured, and
that's good.
The Dragonborn and the bodyguard and the general, the halfling. went east.
East.
Sonny tells me.
Oh. Okay, so we have some people that are probably alive to the east. We have one that is possibly alive to the west. Now, if it were me, I want to make sure he's either okay or dead, so that we can say whether he's okay or dead, and not just be like, "Alright, I'm cool with the west. Let's do it." But
Yeah, let's go west. What do we have to like prep for going west?
Ghouls. Do not let them touch you ever. Ever?
I mean, so can I just use my flaming cloak of awesomeness, just like shine brightly and intimidate them, and then they won't touch us?
They care.
This is undead. It wouldn't be nature. It wouldn't be history. Arcana. Roll me an Arcana check. Or a religion check. Ooh, yes.
Religion. You're gonna make this a religion check?
Religion or Arcana, I'll be fair.
Or, like, you're super tall and holy, you could, like, use your holy powers to be like, shun.
I'm not holy.
Oh.
Okay.
Never mind.
This.
Did you just assume my primary form?
I know absolutely nothing about the undead. Like, zero. Like, everything has just left my head. I rolled a 1.
Okay.
No, but the one thing I would say about the ghouls is that, if they touch you, you just can't move. Paralyzed. It's bad. It's really bad. I don't like it.
That make it difficult to survive.
Yeah. Some would call that, a problem.
Roland pipes up. Yeah,
just a tiny.
It's a very interesting adaptation.
Roland pipes up and says, "While I have experience with some radiating forms of damage being more effective against certain types of undead, light is not exactly a weakness. These aren't like vampires, or where light would be a specific weakness. Ghouls and ghasts and other sort of undead generally are that's the reason why vampires use them. They can be enthralled by such creatures and walk in the daylight while being a significant threat to any civilian options."
They're not adventuring 101, but they are common enough.
Yeah, they're just a bunch of assholes. Let's just put
What if, we created, a spectacle to draw them one way while the other people go look for the guy?
That is fair. That could be a way to sort of buy us some time.
I could sit on your shoulders and just create this big, flaming flame person and just, use my magical powers, just sound really big and just bring them in.
Does that cost you any spells, or are you just gonna do fire manipulation?
I would probably do cantrip it the fuck up.
Yeah, cantrip it the fuck up. She could do that.
I mean, I could just run in a different direction and throw thunderstones everywhere.
for fireworks.
There are ways we can do this.
Oh, see, so ghouls, are they what's their intelligence level?
Oh, that is it's difficult to determine. They're generally not very intelligent, you would know. It really depends on how they're commanded, if they're commanded at all. They could be mindless and just really hungry, or they could be part of some hive mind.
Collectively, amaze them.
Essentially.
Who does the distracting and who does the searching?
I do distracting, obviously.
Yeah, she's a shining star, right?
What is your plan for when they start coming for you?
I'm here.
Oh, so both of you are no, but don't.
She wants to stand on my shoulders.
Yeah,
Let her stand on my shoulders.
We'd be super tall.
Distractions.
I'll look at.
Ront is doing mental arithmetic to consider how much work it's going to take them to dissuade them from dying together.
I look at the Fire Ganassi. Do you have any really helmets or anything? Horned helmets or helmets with stuff on them?
He scrounges through the armory. He goes and he says, "I'm gonna go look at the dwarven armory stuff over here. I'll be right back. It's gonna be fine." And he comes back with these ancient dwarven helmets. which do have spikes very akin to World War I Wehrmacht design, but with the still you can see the hexagonal motif in there, the very geometric motif with spikes.
Are there any with any plumes?
He finds one with a very dusty plume.
I want that one.
Yeah, okay, cool. You have a plumed dwarven helmet.
We're gonna use this.
So
that leaves us to investigate.
Oh wait, you guys have to be stealthy.
Or wear chainmail.
So I can be stealthy, sort of. Huh? Nothing.
Yeah.
Clothing.
Oh, that's right, because you're spiky.
But my concern here is that
He said Baham before he even finished. I'm sorry.
I'm probably the one who is least likely to get touched by it.
It's true. Yeah. So y'all three make a big fucking ruckus somewhere.
And I'm the jingling man.
I'm gonna jingle jangle my way in.
Jingle jangle.
Can you do acrobatic tricks?
Maybe?
Maybe you can do like cartwheels and forward rolls
I
like
do have
around
acrobatics.
us.
I have a fuck ton of acrobatics, actually.
Okay, well then.
Actually, do you think you could do the thing where you make my shield extra special? Extra special shield?
You want a shield of faith?
Yes.
Shield of faith.
Or actually, maybe you should give it to
See, the thing is,
Azazel.
thing is, giving the shield of faith allows you to cast shield of faith.
Yes.
Right, but then you are casting shield of faith, and you need to maintain the spell in your head.
That's totally fine, because I'm not going to be casting any other spells.
It's not about casting other spells, it's about holding it if you get hit.
Right, and that's totally fine. I would rather not get hit. If I get hit, then I'm...
Okay.
Yeah. But maybe you should give it to Azazel.
Hey, like I'm gonna make your shield of faith, and then you get to do with it what you want.
Maybe make something other than shield.
Does it matter?
Well, because Azazel fights.
You hold the shield. You get to cast the spell.
See, I don't know how magic works.
We talk about this. We have spent literal hours discussing this shield of faith plan.
I wasn't really paying attention. I just kind of tune out. Okay.
But you're the one who asks about shield of faith.
But you're the one who knows everything, so I don't have to.
I spend 10 minutes rubbing Hal's shield and turning it into a shield of faith.
Perfect.
That's how it works. It raises the duration, the cast time of a spell with normal cast time of one action to 1 minute. If I do so and hold a non-magic your shield. Yeah. I expend the spell slot, and your shield gains. It becomes able to allow you to cast the spell Shield of Faith.
So then I can
once
give
once.
I can give Azazel. It's a +2 armor class, is it?
It is +2 AC. That's correct.
Nice.
But if I get hit and if I fail my con save, which I probably will because I only have a +1. No, I have the con save.
You need to not get hit.
Right, I need to not get hit.
That's the whole point of you.
Yeah.
You pointy man.
I was thinking worst case scenarios.
Okay. So Hal has Shield of Faith.
With your
very
one,
badly.
Can they smell alive things?
with your
Smell
one,
fear.
you know that ghouls suffer from pollen allergies and therefore are notorious not smellers.
Oh hey, it's just like here.
Rolling. What are the tracking capabilities of this?
There you go. That's the right way to approach this. He tells you that they're very good at seeing in the dark, and generally their senses do not surpass the normal senses of the body from which they became dead. With that being said, he does say that ghasts stink to high heaven. So it is not so much whether or not they can smell good, it's whether or not you can smell good. And that is, of course, he's just saying that as an example of the types of undead that we could come across. We know they mentioned ghouls, and we know, I believe, Hero mentioned ghasts. So,
Also,
What's the difference between a ghoul and a ghast, besides the stink?
one is, think of one as more like an alpha, and the ghouls is more like subordinates.
also, if I disguised as a
You already have gray skin, so it would be very hard.
Yeah, that was uncalled for.
I'm just waiting.
If I disguised as a ghoul, I wouldn't smell terrible, but I could still just visually be shambly and jangly exactly, and it wouldn't matter because I would be a goal.
That sounds like a great plan.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Is this the plan?
Ready.
The Jingling Brothers Circus, and
The only thing I would add is let's try and find a place that's somewhat defensible.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I don't know this area. Who wants to do
Let's
that?
get the map.
Where are we?
You are in the lug nut. And right now, you can actually walk to where you can overlook this entire western area.
But we can overlook without being seen?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my gosh, let's go see how many ghouls there are.
Well, that would be hard. It's buildings and built up. So if they're inside, you won't be able to see them.
Did you still have the who had the looking
Conall.
Okay. Well, let's go.
So, you look on your map. You notice there is a huge temple. As you're looking west, to the north, to your right, you notice there's a huge temple. It has a sort of dome-ish shaped top. It is hexagonal in nature, or octagonal in nature. Octagonal in nature. You notice a huge double-door entrance on the first floor. That is one of the a double door entrance. You can consider yourself they are closed at the moment. You can also see various streets of houses in the back towards the wall of the cavern. You can make out a sort of hole where it looks like something has dug out of the wall and then like ropes dangling down from it, possibly where the crew dug in and they just didn't come in at ground level because the chances that would be probably low. You can also see there are some estates, probably for the religious hierarchy, near the temple. They are larger buildings, probably many rooms, fewer doors. You can also see in rows, no shops, but some residential areas, probably for the rest of the cloistered clergy, lower servants of the temple, maybe even miners, since the proximity of the mines is, or foreman at least.
Okay, so we wouldn't want to trap ourselves in the mines.
No.
So let's find a clear escape route within that area.
Yeah, sure. Look at the map. Anywhere where it's not, the roads are pretty clear. I tried to make them fairly clear.
Well, so the mines are here, right?
Yes, the mines are there.
In the lower quadrant.
Yes.
And so, even if you guys sort of find yourself backed into a corner around here, you would back out, and then you wouldn't have to go directly into the mine. Literally anything that is not go to the mine. Okay. It's not the end of the world. The mines are just closer. They're not right there.
I mean, I say you guys look at the temple.
Yeah. It's a big old dome too, so.
We need a thing to like either communicate that I found him alive or found him and he's dead, or like just get out so we can meet up where we say we're gonna meet up. Where are we gonna meet up?
Why don't you take the fire ganassi with you?
Thunderstone.
Thunderstone!
Yeah, Thunderstone.
What if I need to use Thunderstone?
Oh,
I've been thinking about this.
Alchemist fire?
Not very loud.
No, but
not very loud or very big.
But it would be visible.
Only if I can get it somewhere where you can see it.
Just don't use the the Thunderstone then. Until,
Did you know
What
how to
if
do
I
the thing where you make smoke? Use the Thunderstone.
I do not have the smoke stick, and it's actually pretty. I mean, we could oil up a rag and make a smoke stick.
Low tech works.
Yeah, we have oil and stuff.
Yeah, we have a torch.
Remember that oil you found in the temple?
Oh my god. I still have that.
Yes.
Oh shit!
In the bag of holding maybe somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I have firecrackers
That
and stuff.
smokes like a
Totally
mother.
Yes, firecrackers. Perfect.
Flash powder.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
skyrocket.
So if I find anything, or if I need to leave, in either event, I'm going to smoke signal, and hopefully you'll see that, and then we will regroup at.
There's she has firecrackers. So if you want to.
Do you want some? I want to keep one though, at least.
How loud are they?
Baldur's Gate has had at the end of the at the Midwinter Festival there was the fireworks show.
Okay. How loud does a string of firecrackers? Would they carry through like several of these streets, or
if it was everything was deadly quiet, and it is now, yeah, it could carry.
And if they were raising a lot of ruckus, being a circus?
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to tell the difference between your firecrackers way off in the distance and their
Okay,
Circus
so
music.
I'm gonna
take them with you just in case.
Okay. I have firecrackers.
Dun, 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 dun.
Nice. So, who are the two groups?
Them and me.
Alright. Well, okay. Let me see. Let's go with distracting group first.
Yeah, do that.
Alright.
Wait, did you take any of my firecrackers?
I took one. How many units of firecracker do you have?
I have 5.
I have 2.
2 units of firecracker.
I will assume if we hear a thunderstone, that means you need help.
I mean, you keep doing what you're doing. If you hear, like, a thunderstone, that is me doing something with a thunderstone. If you hear many thunderstones in a row, that is me trying to signal you.
Okay.
Very inadvisedly trying to signal you with thunderstones in succession.
Got it.
Wait, how many thunderstones do you guys even have?
This is the beauty.
So I reach into my alchemist patch bag, and I pull out a thunderstone. And then I reach into my alchemist pack, and I pull out a thunderstone. And I reach into my alchemist pack, and I pull out a thunderstone. Because once I have thrown the thunderstone, the bag recognizes that the magical components, the alchemical components, have been used, and vacuums them back into the bag.
So it's an infinite thunderstone mayhem.
Not only that, the bag assembles the thunderstone for me.
So good. You can just cast thunder like all the time.
Well, it's a knockback spell. It's an at-will knockback. It's not.
Well,
an
I mean
actual,
that's
like,
still good. You can at least like knock like.
Right, but how rad would it be if it were a lightning spell?
that would be pretty cool.
An at-will lightning
Thunder
spell.
and lightning stone.
You turn into what was it, Darth Sidious?
Thunderbolt and lightning.
Force lightning.
Very, very frightening me.
I mean, at least you have like the knockback part of Sidious's like lightning.
Yes.
At least you have that. So
That's true.
you gotta look at the positives of the situation.
Oh, trust me. Thunderstone is like my jam.
Yes.
I mean, literally.
It is so
I mean,
fucking
is it a gem?
I
or is
actually
it
had
more...
no idea about his bag. By the way, this
It's
is the
a-
first time I'm hearing
Yeah,
about it.
it's amazing. It's amazing.
It's like, I once blew up an outhouse with it.
That is fantastic.
With his class. Like,
Really?
it's not even a magical item that I just gave him. Like, it comes with his class.
At first level.
At first level.
That's kind of
Wow.
broken.
And we still haven't gotten an official Artificer rule set yet. What we're working off of the game test.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the Artificer.
It's the Artificer specialization of the Alchemist.
Yes.
No, it's the other way around. It's the Alchemist subclass of the Artificer.
But that's basically like their version of a cantrip. So just the same way like a sorcerer can cast as many cantrips as they want. He can do that as many times as he wants. So it's sort of balances, but
Right
at the
now-
same time,
right
like,
now my
no,
bag-
it's not balanced.
Right now my bag is capable of 4 cantrip type things. The Thunderstone, which is a 10-foot radius knockback.
Yeah. Already.
Alchemist's Fire, which is a 5-foot AoE splash damage.
Yeah, that's
splash damage.
just like 2d6.
That's 2d6, but like, when did it 1d6?
Yeah,
It's like, why? A single target acid acid thing, and a healing potion, which any single person can use once a day. But I just have a healing potion.
Yes, so you guys were heading out. Which way do you wish to head out to create your distraction? You have...
Because you're gonna go to the temple, right?
Yep, you have a few choices. You can head...
I would head like
Oh yes, here you go. I'll let you off.
like here.
So you got... Yeah, so describe where you're pointing to on the map for everyone.
I am pointing a bit southwest, but not extreme, not like towards where the mines are. It's just like if the temple is more or less directly west, it's just like a bit south of that. It looks like, are these bridges?
Yes,
So
those are bridges.
is this water?
Those 3 are bridges. That is a chasm.
A chasm, okay. So like, it's basically like not so far southwest where the bridges over the chasm are, so it's still in that like section, but
Okay.
it's like south of the temple.
Okay.
That's where we're going.
Cool. Are you guys going to just go ahead and cross the chain bridges into the religious district, or are you going to cross the very southern chain bridge into the market and then go across the bridges into...
I figured we just go directly into the religious district.
So this way.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are going to go off of the southwest chain bridge, Pierre, which way are you heading? Are you also taking the southwest chain bridge?
No.
You're going to take the
Northwest chain.
northwest chain bridge closer to the temple.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.